Content creators are hustlers, because it's true. Some months are super easy. Some months are super hard. You never, for 1 month, you made $20,000. Maybe 1 month, you're gonna make $500. You never, it's like, you cannot predict anything. The first thing the LGBTQ plus people, they care about is the safety. I wanna make sure when I'm promoting the destination, it's safe for LGBTQ plus, and they are welcome there.
This is Creator, the podcast from Matador Network. I'm your host, Ross Borden, and I believe creators are the future of all global advertising. So join me as I sit down with top creators to hear about how they got started, the challenges they've overcome, and the tips you need to become a full-time creator. All right, we're back with another episode of Creator, the podcast. Today I have Yazan. Yazan, welcome, and thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Where are you calling in from today?
So today I'm in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. I've seen a lot of content from you in Puerto Rico. Are you based there or you just love traveling there?
I'm based in Chicago, but this year it was in my head that I want to go live in Puerto Rico for a year and see how life it is. And the cold in Chicago in the winter is like super cold.
Right.
So, and it's like a new experience for me, new challenge. And I wanted to learn Spanish. So many factors got together. So I'm like, you know what, let me do it.
Yeah, good for you. So you're kind of slow travel long-term down there. You have a place for a year or are you just going back again and again?
It's funny because I got here a place for a year actually, but for a few months I was traveling nonstop. Like I think February I wasn't here at all. December I wasn't here at all. So I'm like, I'm just paying my rent. So now these 2 months, like this month and next month, I decided not to travel at all. I just want to explore Puerto Rico because I'm like, I'm here. And it's super beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I love Puerto
Yes.
Rico every time I go there. So Yazan, you are a travel creator with, you have like 3 million followers or something like that. Tell us about your creator journey.
So it started when I was in Dubai. I was a flight attendant in Dubai. And I started flying in 2000, I think 12 or 13, 2012, yeah. And then I joined Instagram 2014. It was like the beginning of Instagram. And I was traveling and sharing my travels. And I found myself, to be honest, I love social media. Like I was really into it and I was traveling nonstop. What made me go through the whole social media thing that some of my posts went viral. So that what made me like, oh my God, I love this. So yeah, I continued traveling, sharing my tips, growing. And I found myself obsessed with traveling and obsessed with social media too. So that's how
it's a good combination. And you were flying with the airline. So I guess that was like free trips were putting you all over the map. Who are you a flight attendant for out of Dubai?
For Fly Dubai.
Okay.
Nice. It's a Fly Dubai. And then they were with Emirates and I stayed for 8 years actually with them. My plan was only 2 years, but I found myself, I love traveling. So I'm like, you know what, let's keep it for 8 years.
So you were based out of Dubai then. Where are you from originally? You from the States?
No, originally it's half Jordanian, half Syrian.
Okay.
But I grew up and born and raised in Syria. So I got my master's degree. I studied in Syria all my life. And then when I graduated, I decided to go to Dubai. It was that time when Dubai is booming, and everyone oh, wow, Dubai.
Sure. Well, that was a great decision. What about Jordan? Do you go back to Jordan at all? Jordan's one of my favorite countries in the whole world.
This is the funniest story because my dad is Jordanian originally, and I've been to over 80 countries, and I never been to Jordan.
Wow.
I know.
You gotta do that,
the
man.
border with Syria, which is so funny because we used to go to Lebanon all the time. But it's always when I want to go to Jordan, something happened, another destination, something else. Till now, I didn't go. So it's a very funny story for me.
So you've been to 80 countries. That's amazing. And so what now? I noticed on your profile, you said travel advisor. Are you also, is that just you're advising people with your tips? Or are you a formal travel agent, travel advisor as well?
No, not with an agent, but I'm doing now some big thing the Club app. Okay. If you heard about them, they have over 35 million users now. So they always ask me we're going to plan this. They basically mostly in Japan, let's say. So they put me as one of their travel advisors to plan the itinerary for the audience, the best places, the top things to do. I do like now, thanks to TikTok, it's like a search engine. So I do mine. I pick the top things to do. I pick like everything should, and then I go by myself and see it. How is it? Is it worth it? It's just like, you never know. And then I made the list of the top things to do, let's say top restaurants, top hikes, even in national parks. I did with Glacier. And that one, like one of the videos that got viral on TikTok, because people, when they want to go Glacier National Park, there is like 30 maybe trails, and they want to know which one's like the best of the best. So yeah.
I've noticed in the last 2 years, a lot of TikTok. I mean, TikTok clearly sees themselves as not just a social media platform, but also as a search engine. Because when you go to the search, it starts suggesting searches just like Google does. Do you feel like you're being discovered by a lot of people through TikTok and Instagram search?
This is so true because yes, even myself or my friend, and once I put it on the Instagram story to see like people do you search on Google nowadays more or TikTok. Everyone now, I got like over 80% actually. That was very high, especially the Gen Z generation. They prefer TikTok because you can see with your eye.
Yeah. It's
It's
all
very
video results
authentic.
instead of blue text links.
Yes, and it's very authentic because people they can tell you, oh, this tour was expensive, this tour is totally worth it, la la. La. And one of the crazy things of TikTok, some of my videos from 2 years ago now are going viral because as a search engine, and like the algorithm put this video as okay, let's say as a glacier, let's say, or I did New Mexico, top things to do in New Mexico. So people when they search on TikTok things to do in New Mexico, my video pop up to them. And then now the algorithm is immediately like recommended to other people. So yeah, I got discovered so many times by that, by the searching actually.
I also noticed that you partner with a lot of hotels. Tell us how that works. Do you reach out to the hotels and they give you a free stay, almost like a fam trip, or you have a revenue share on when you recommend a hotel, or how does that work when you do that?
So with the hotels, mostly if let's say if I'm traveling to New York, then I will search where I'm gonna stay. I will reach out to them, and then we're gonna do collaboration. Like I'm gonna create for them reels, stories, highlight on my profile too, so people they can know about it. And yes, exchange for not only free stay because I feel only for free stay is not enough. I feel like I ask always for credit in the hotel for like food and beverages breakfast. Also, if they can, like in Hawaii, actually, they did for me a whole activities, like with a mentoring and so many things. So I can, because I want to tell my audience an experience. So yes, you stay in this hotel, but this hotel also will give you some tours and stuff.
What does that outreach look like? So you're like, I want to go to Hawaii, and then you kind of decide where you want to stay, but before you book it, you reach out. Do you reach out via Instagram or on LinkedIn, or do you send them an email and then do you send like a one pager about your channel and your audience, or how does it work?
So this is my rule always in my life. I always like to keep everything simple because I feel like even long emails doesn't make any for me. This is my theory. So I send them as very small message on Instagram, DM, and then I will just leave a comment because sometimes the messages go to the others. It doesn't go directly to the inbox in the Instagram. So I then, hey, I just DM you, just if you please can go back to me. And then I just then tell them, hey, I'm coming, let's say, to Hawaii for a week. I would love to do collaboration with your hotel. I will create one reel, three reels, five for high resolution pictures for your use. Sometimes I sell my pictures also because two hotels, they wanted a gay couple to for the Valentine Day and for the June month and stuff. So they
Okay.
wanted, yeah. So me and my boyfriend, we did like a professional photo session, and I sell them those pictures. But usually, yes, I ask for free stays, experiences in exchange for the promotion.
Yeah, it's smart. I like not just the free stays, but the credit at the food and
Because
beverage
if
and the
I'm just gonna
experiences.
like the content will not be so rich, I feel, like I want to show the breakfast, I want to show the food because even the spa, if there is a spa, I always ask for it because
Yeah.
people they love the details, not only the things. So yeah, to answer your question, I send them a DM and then I ask them for an email so I can send my media kit, my rates if they are interested in extra services, and we go from there.
Yeah, it's smart because all the properties they want to showcase the experiential side as well, not just the rooms or the pool or something that is kind of basic, but other things that you can do through the hotel or at the hotel.
Yeah, and the value wise for them is I feel super valuable because there is so many times the rooms are anyway there is empty, like especially if it's not to the season. So, it's a I feel like the value for them is huge.
The queer traveler is a huge segment for travel in general. For every we talk to airlines, destinations, hotels. Tell us about LGBTQ, travel as a specific niche that obviously people approach you for. How has that been for you, and what should brands think about in terms of working with members of the LGBTQ plus community when it comes to travel?
Sure. Actually, I was in an exhibition last year in LA about the travel industry for the LGBTQ plus. It was like over 100 tourism boards, people from the agent airlines, and it was amazing. And the study showed that the first thing the LGBTQ plus people they care about is the safety because they want to see if this place is safe to go or no. Am I welcome as a couple? Can we hold hands? Is it okay or not? This is the number one thing. So that's how I start everything because I want to make sure when I'm promoting the destination, it's safe for LGBTQ plus, and they are welcome there because one time, one tourism, they asked me to do collaboration, but they said just keep it in a like low key, not super gay. But I'm like, how you want me to promote for my audience? You know what I mean? Like they are.
What a ridiculous request
Thank
to,
you. And why you
I mean,
like coming to me? They wanted to create like content, but they don't want it to be as gay. But I'm like, then you're having the wrong content creator because that's not authentic at all for me. So we didn't agree. So
that's
I want
crazy.
to recommend
Was that a
it.
hotel or a destination?
And that was funny because it was a state in the US.
Really?
Hmm. And they
That's
didn't
pretty
want me
embarrassing.
to, they didn't want me to be as gay or bubbly in a way. They wanted to keep it conservative, which I understand their vision, but why are you reaching out to me then? Then reach out to maybe like families, another, you know what I mean? Like there is so many different kind of creators, but they want my audience and they want like not showing
They
well.
just want a little gay, but not too
Yeah,
gay.
I know.
That's
I'm
a
like,
pretty,
how that happen? Like no, it doesn't work like that. So yeah, so that's
yeah.
the number one. I want to show them which destinations welcome they welcome and things to do because they care about it, like gay things to do. Many times.
What has been the other side of the spectrum? What are some destinations or brands who really understood the gay community in terms of working with you on content production or something like that?
No, there is like I did so many with tourism. Like it's funny because Puerto Rico, one of the so when I moved to Puerto Rico, I did 4 times collaboration with the Discover Puerto Rico. And that's how I decided to move because I fall in love with the island. When I was promoting here the gay things to do, so many people they mistaking Puerto Rico with Jamaica because Jamaica they don't welcome gays and there is nothing. But Puerto Rico there is gay clubs, gay hotels, like gay prides, in like so many things gays to do. But people they didn't know, they didn't think it's safe even. So that was one of the places I was very happy to highlight that no, hey, it's safe here. It's super welcoming. It's super gay friendly. Like that's why and at the end I moved here.
Yeah, that's interesting. You're helping people make that distinction and clear up the misconception that Puerto Rico is not friendly to gay travelers. I didn't know that about Jamaica, actually. You just taught me something. So would you feel Jamaica's on a list of places that you'd feel unsafe to travel to?
Yeah, because they don't welcome gays and I heard it's very homophobic and they can like harm queer people if they go. And I heard very bad stories about it. So I'm like, the world is
Wow.
so huge. So why I'm gonna go to a place where I'm not gonna feel safe? And as I said in the beginning, even for myself, number one thing before I travel anywhere is the safety.
Sure.
Hmm.
And your followers, that's the first thing they want to know as well.
Yeah, like the safety, how many things to do. Like, yes, there is some places. It's funny because it's gay friendly, but they don't have a lot of gay things to do. It's like in the U.S. Virgin Island.
Mm-hmm.
It's super gay friendly, but there is nothing gay in
There are no
specific.
gay clubs or
No,
bars or
but it's
something like
super gay
that.
friendly, super safe, and it's
Right.
perfect. So yeah, also is one of the things like even if there is not gay things to do, but at least gay friendly, you know?
What would you say are like the top 3 or 5 destinations that are like the best places for gay and queer travelers to visit?
I think Spain. In Europe, in general, like, oh, but Spain because oh my god, like super friendly. In the U.S. also like San Francisco, New York, the big city, Miami. Now Florida, by the way, they're becoming a little bit like they removed. I heard the flag or the link for the LGBT from the
Oh yeah, I
website.
think they removed the entire section or they
Uh
removed
huh.
the in the
So
menu item. So there's no LGBTQ plus
yeah,
like
which is
area
funny
on their
because
website.
they had like I went there 3 years ago. We had amazing time. They have a drag show by the South Beach. Like it's amazing. They have gay clubs, the Pride. But now I hear like yes, there is still gay places to do. But I feel the mayor. I don't know like who's responsible for this. The whole state is becoming not super friendly too.
Yeah, that's a shame. All politics likely, but and so like let's talk about the business of being a creator. So you started as a flight attendant, you were creating content in the sort of infancy of social media and especially vertical video, sharing your tips as you traveled. You get these free stays and sometimes sell content when you reach out to destinations. What are the other ways that are you a full-time creator right now? This is
Yes.
like your full career, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So how, tell us about like sort of how you've made a full living with this above and beyond, the integrations and getting free trips. What's really moving the needle for you in terms of earning money and making this a career?
Sure. Which is funny. Speaking about this, my boyfriend always say that content creators are hustlers, because it's true. Like you need to hustle. Sometimes it's funny. Some months are super easy. Some months are super hard. You never know. And you should put this in your mind that maybe, let's say, as I'm just giving an example, 1 month you made $20,000. Maybe 1 month you're going to make $500. You never is like, you cannot predict anything. This is the first rule. And I learned it on the way because some months when I didn't do any good, like money wise, I was sad because I'm putting the effort. But to answer your questions, first brand partnerships, and on Instagram I get the best ones. So it's both. They reach out to me by DM, they reach out to me by email, and also I reach out to them. So let's say I see you in the travel sector, let's say booking.com. I know they are interested to promote themselves. So I can reach out to them. I look up for their emails and stuff. So yeah, I send them my media kit. I pitch myself to them, let's say. Also, on TikTok, let's say I get also like same thing, like brand partnerships. They also
Mm-hmm.
pay for the views. And now there is something so funny because Facebook is paying a lot of money for the views.
Yeah, they've switched on monetization, right? So if you're
Uh-huh.
generating enough views, you get paid by Facebook.
So this is the thing. My TikTok account got 1 million because I started in the quarantine and I was doing just the funny videos because like that's my other personality and I couldn't travel anywhere. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, just like the good thing about TikTok, you can be yourself, like very authentic in a fun way. You don't care, like even a video didn't perform well, it's just you. So I grew up very fast and so I start posting those like the relatable, let's say comedy funny videos on Facebook, and some of them got crazy viral. Like they got 30 million, 20 million views, and they're paying very good actually. So I was in shock that Facebook is paying a lot, even more than TikTok.
Yeah, I'm always blown away. We look at the numbers at Matador of how many millions of video views we're doing across TikTok, Instagram, and I'm always amazed the Facebook numbers are still, it's like hundreds of millions of views a year that we're doing just on Facebook, like 500 million views in a year on Facebook. And you don't think of Facebook as like the
Um,
leading video platform. It's like all the attention's on TikTok and Instagram, but Facebook's still driving a lot of video views.
I think they wanna keep the platform alive. That's
Yeah.
why they're paying good money for the creators because they want them to keep posting. They don't want the platform to die.
Right.
And
And
they're
it's
pushing the
video. You got to have
content.
video if you're not going to die. So that's like the
Yes,
focus. Yeah.
exactly. So I think it's working because honestly, for me, even like when I post on TikTok, I'm interested more to post that TikTok on Facebook because I know I'm gonna get good money from the contents, and they pay good actually. So that's one of good like how I get my source of money. Also from tourism boards. So I did with so many tourism boards, and they always have good budgets.
You have 2.2 million on Instagram and a million on TikTok. You mentioned earlier that you feel like TikTok is just a place where you can like be yourself and take risks and post whatever. But I'm sure some of those little risks or fun videos that you create have gone viral and added to your following. Why do you think that is different about TikTok, or why do you feel that way about TikTok, that it's a place you can take risks?
Because sometimes, let's say, you can be yourself for real, and that will attract people. So I'm going to give you a very small example. One of the videos I did Doritos with my boyfriend about the challenge. It was very like funny challenge. It reached 55 million views. I did not expect it at all. But because people, they like to see those things on Instagram, I will not post that video, because Instagram is a bit of perfection. But TikTok, you can be more like fun, more yourself, and people, they love that. And I feel now it's going there, like all the platforms, even Instagram now is getting a little bit like relaxed more than before. So with TikTok, you can be yourself, and people, they love authentic things. And yeah, and sometimes TikTok, like I'm telling you, sometimes the videos goes like crazy viral, which is amazing.
Yeah. What, you've been a creator for a long time. Have there been any low points in your career as a creator when you were like discouraged or bummed about your prospects?
Yeah, so many times. Because I think in social media, we all have this period when you compare yourself to others.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I learned I should not ever do that. Because there is always someone doing better than you, but you never know how long they've been doing it for, or what happened. Maybe they're putting so much effort or so many things behind it. So I learned to compare myself to myself the year before and the year before. That's it. And that's how I did not feel any more discouraged.
Yeah, I like that. Just only looking at where you were the year before and the year
Yeah,
before
because
that.
even like I know if someone has 1 million, 100 million followers, will look at someone who has 200 million followers. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if like this, you'll never be satisfied. So I learned that like, no, just focus on myself and yes.
So Yazan, I ask a question to everyone who comes on the show. You've been to what, 80 countries, I think?
Yes.
So this is gonna be hard for you because the more you travel, the more places you've been, the harder this question is. If your passport only worked in 3 countries for the rest of your life, you could only live, travel, or visit 3 countries, what would those countries be?
In Indonesia, because I love Bali.
Okay.
I've been to Bali like 4 times, and it's a huge actually. So there is so many. Like if you want to party, there is amazing clubs. If the nature, the food, the people, like I feel Bali is perfect. Maybe I'm too cliche right now, but
No, Bali is
honestly,
amazing. Who doesn't like
yes,
Bali?
like it's amazing, and the whole Indonesia in general, like there is a lot to do. So I would choose Bali. I would choose the USA again because it's a huge.
Yeah.
So there is like as I'm doing now, my one of my goals to do all the national parks. So if I'm
Okay.
going to the rest of my life, like USA is super huge, so there is a lot to do.
Yep.
And it's really beautiful. Like we have here in the US amazing national parks, like the glacier, I was amazed. Zion is so beautiful. Number 3 country, that's hard.
Number 3 is always the hardest. You got Indonesia and the US.
Uh-huh. I think Japan. I was there last
Japan,
year.
yeah.
Yes,
Great
and it's
answer.
always impressive and very developed. People are so sweet. The food is so good. So also I feel like I wouldn't mind live there for years and years and years.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Japan, US, and Indonesia. Well, Yazan, we've really enjoyed having you on the show. For the folks who don't know your channels or already follow you, where can we find you online?
Zizo Travel on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook.
Zizo Travel. All right.
Yes.
Yazan, thanks so much for joining, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Creator, the podcast, is produced by Matador Network. We are a leading global travel publisher focused on travel and adventure. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe. Every week, I interview a new top creator. New episodes are released every Tuesday on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere podcasts are found. Thanks for listening.